Hey guys, what's up? So today I want to talk a little bit about war games. So I guess as an introduction here we can go over. I personally am not a massive war games fan. I mostly just do it to rank up and get the iris from it. But I just kind of want to talk about like the meta and what I've been seeing, so we can kind of go over that and maybe help you guys rank up a little bit easier. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the popular units. So for anyone who's been playing since the first war games, you'll know that the Ice and Lafia have pretty much been the two main staples of war games since the beginning. This has been countered by the god of medicine and pharmacist Miak, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure honestly. But basically what this assist does is it will poison them and force them to use the skill that removes debuffs from themselves, basically giving you a free turn without having your units use any abilities. So if we look at what's popular, you'll see that both of them are still in the top 5 in terms of use. It used to be Lafia was number 2, but has gone down to number 4 with the introduction of Chigusa and Otaro, since both of those units are really good and they had step up banners where you could get multiple copies of them. So looking at this, I would still say to use the poison assist, just because you're going to run into a lot of ice mainly, and she is just insane, still probably the strongest unit in the game currently. So I think running one poison assist would be the most beneficial to you to get you some decent wins. Along with that, we can see a few of the new heroes actually coming into the top 10, namely being Kino and Hermes. So people did have some questions about Hermes as to how he would function in war games, and from what I've seen, it looks like he will use his agility buff first turn, and this will allow him to move first, second turn if he is at a max limit breaks. This is really strong because he has a really high stun rate. That's an AoE, so he is going to have an impact if you have him at +4 or +5 for limit breaks. If you don't have any bonds for him, then I personally wouldn't use him, to be honest, because he's probably going to die and he won't be able to outspeed even if he does live. So only use him if you have quite a few copies laying around. And as for Kino, if we go back here to the characters and look at the skills, let's see here. Okay, so the best thing about Kino is definitely the strength and magic debuff. That's going to be applied just because it's super strong, especially because I believe Kino's agility is rather high. Yeah, in SS, one of the higher ones, if not the highest that I've seen. So good chance of him going first. So definitely a really powerful unit. If you do have this, I would highly suggest using Kino in your team, just because it's going to help you get some wins as being such a strong unit. As far as supports, Chigusa is clearly the best one with the strength buff and the heal that she offers. I think if you're going to bring a support unit, that's the one you would want to use. So really the three main units of your team that I would try to build around if you have them would be Ice, Chigusa, and Kino. And then from there, pick a fourth unit that you have a decent number of copies of, because I think that is going to be the best core for you, and overall is just going to net you the most wins. So if we go to assists, it should be no surprise who's number 1. Chloe's just insane. Like, there's no assist that's I see being better for a long time. She just has so much utility, especially in a physical dominated meta currently. If you have her, no matter what, if you don't have any bonds, that's fine. Just use her because her it's just insane what she can do for you. And then we have the poison assists at number 2 and 4. Shouldn't be a surprise, just use whatever you have. Like I said, still bring one to the table, because if you're into an ice and Lafia and you get that poison off, you're just going to probably win. So number 3 is T. It says Tifana, but I thought it was just T. I guess I don't know. She's just a better version of Hestia, to be honest. And the fact that you can get multiple copies on the step up banner means that if you have her, she's going to be awesome, since most of your units are going to be physical anyway. Then I would definitely use her if you do have her. Number 5, we have Freya. I'm not a big fan of Freya, but I'm assuming why she's so high is because people have multiple copies, and just the pure stats alone will be really beneficial for you. At number 7 is Paradise Mood Hestia, who is great because she supplies a strength debuff for the enemy team. So if you have gotten her or chose her off of a ticket or whatever, she's a great option. And she's also strong in magic, so if you bring in like a healer or a mage, put her on that unit and you'll be set. The rest are kind of just whatever, to be honest. So looking at some of the top people here, one unit I've noticed that I've been seeing a lot is the Bathroom Princess Ice. And I was wondering why I've been seeing that in some of the high rated players. So if we go to the album here she is. So she has a physical resist buff for 2 turns of 40%, and that is super high. So there is a step up banner currently. Well, not a step up banner, it's a banner where you have a higher chance of getting her over other units. So that could be good if you're looking for something like this. She's a super strong unit. And I didn't know that she had that buff, but now that I do, yeah, she's super viable. So looking at number 2, they aren't running her. I believe they're running Otarl in place. Is it Otarl? I think it's Otarl in place of her. Yeah. And also this guy was running Hermes too. So it's kind of interesting to see that, but I think he's the only person up top, and like in the top 4 or 5, that runs Hermes. So that's kind of interesting to see that. But like everyone's running Chloe, everyone's running Ice. You see, I think everyone has Kino as well. You see a lot of Lafia, a lot of Chisuga, stuff like that. So the big thing I guess to note was Hermes is in the number 1 spot, so that's interesting, and there's a lot of Bathroom Princess Ice running around. So I'll just run a couple of these war games just to kind of see what goes down. So you can see my team as well kind of function. It's nothing amazing, but it's been working pretty well for me. So I got lucky and my Ice didn't get poisoned, but I don't think she used her AoE. There it goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna steamroll through this. My team was just higher leveled than theirs. But yeah, like everyone will be using poison still. So just expect it. I got lucky and my Ice actually has a poison resist armor piece. So she'll never get poisoned actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, so like that's another thing too, is from the Record Buster you're able to get those medals and you're able to craft armor, and I got lucky and my armor came with poison resist, and I have on my Lafia a piece that has seal resist, so I got pretty lucky there. I'll just do one more real quick and I can show you the armor really fast afterwards as well. So yeah, I should probably just win this. That's like their Ice also didn't get poisoned. So like, oh no, she got healed though. Okay, so she's running a healer assist on her Ice. Not sure if that's the way to go. I'll show you the armor though real quick and kind of wrap it up here. Under blacksmith, it says anklet here, and use the buster metals to make it. It costs 30. I've made a couple pieces, and I got here. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, this one here, poison resist 100%. I got that, and there's the seal resist as well. And then on my Chigusa, I have a slow resist one. So a bunch of really useful stuff overall. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this one, guys. I just wanted to go over some of the Wargame stuff, since not everyone really knows what they're doing, so I thought this might help a few people at least. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Subscribe if you liked what you saw, and I'll be back for another video later today or tomorrow, guys. Thanks.